Planeswalkers, Andrew here, bringing you another variety hour. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a look at how of the editing process that I use to put together my videos. I have not seen Tyler's process. It could be completely different, or it could be pretty similar. I haven't talked to him too much about how he edits his videos, but we do divide the workload 50-50. There are some months where there's like an extra Friday, and we'll usually alternate on who gets the extra day. But half of the videos I edit, half the videos he edits. So I wanted to show you. You're probably hearing my dog right now trying to climb over a couch. Hold on a second. Oh, nope. Hold on, Doug. Hold on. There we go. Dog's all good. I wanted to give a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at this process. So, I don't consider myself to be a great editor, but I'm learning, and it's something that I hope to continue getting better at. So, what I've started with here is the cards for a new deck tech that's coming out next month, coming out in February, and it's on Jared Carthalion as the commander. I'm not going to be going over the individual cards, at least not very much. You'll get like a Cliff Notes version of the deck tech, technically, here. But you'll see the final edited one next month. So, basically I have all these image files here, and I get these from Scryfall, same as Tyler. So we get these from Scryfall. It's a great resource. You can look up a card, you can look up all of its printings. You can even do this for like basic lands. So if I look up a mountain, yeah, I can click on mountain, view all prints, and you can get every single image file for every single mountain that's ever been printed. There are so many, and you can be like, oh, I like this Boros mountain, and you can click on it. You can click download PNG image, and that's going to download about the biggest resolution image, the best resolution image of the card that you can get. I don't know if scanning the card would be better, but I'm not going to do that for an entire deck's worth of cards. So, when you download a card from Scryfall, it downloads it initially with some text behind it in its name. So you can see here with this Kessig Wolf Run, it starts with C20 and then the number that the card is in the set. Like each card in a given set has a number that it's denoted for where it lies in the printing. So Kessig Wolf Run is number 284 in Commander 2020. So that's why that's there. And I chop that off at the start before I do anything else, just because then you just have the card names for the given cards, and it puts it all in alphabetical order, which makes things a lot simpler. So I'm going to go ahead and divide this in half and open a card. So here we've got Abundance. So the next real step that I do once I have the deck built and have all the image files is I go through and I figure out, okay, what's each strategy going to be? Usually there's a ramp strategy, so we're going to have ramp. And I'll take cards and I'll drag and drop them into their given folder. Because, as you got a small glimpse of, this is the template for the strategy background that you see. Used to see it for the entire video, but now you see it for just the end of the video. I fill in each column with a background and then a name at the top of the strategy, and then I put the cards in, and we'll get there. We'll get to that. In the meantime, we have ramp. So Abzan Falconer is good for evasion, so we're going to have an evasion strat. because Jared wants to get the damage through. So this will be removal, which we'll just have it be defense. So aggressive instinct goes into defense. Ancient Animus, you put a counter on a creature if it's legendary, then it fights a creature an opponent controls. That is defense. It's removal. Angelic Gift, enchanted creature has flying, that's evasion. Anger of the Gods, this is going to be damage board wipes, because that's a type of card that Jared loves a lot, because it hits everyone for usually big damage, and as long as you're the Monarch, Jared instead gets bigger instead of dying. So Anger of the Gods does that. Arcane Signet, we're going to rename this to, and we'll just, it's part of Ramp and Mana Fixing. I also like to grab the card arts, my favorite card arts for the deck techs. These are not necessarily the card arts that I own every time, but in this case I did order the Box of Rocks Secret Lair, so I am going to be owning this version of Arcane Signet. I love it a lot. So Arc Bond is, I would say, utility, because it makes it so that the creature that you choose, whenever it's dealt damage this turn, deals damage to everything else, except for Planeswalkers, I think. Although the ruling might have been changed to include Planeswalkers. But it at least hits every creature in each player. And in Jared's case, ideally he's not dying from the damage anyways, so he's just dishing that out at everyone else. So Arcana Coronation, Monarch, we're going to call that utility. It's just a way for you to gain Monarch, because Jared enters the battlefield and gives Monarch to someone else, and you cannot get Monarch the same turn that he enters. So there's no point in dropping one of these cards the same turn as Jared, and there's no point in giving Jared haste to attack and get Monarch back, because you can't, given Jared's ability. Armadillo Cloak, so that's trample. I'm going to consider that evasion. It's allowing him to get damage through easier. Blasphemous Act, board wipes. Blazing Sunsteel is utility. It lets you deflect damage from a equipped creature to another target. Bolt Bend I would consider defense. Change the target of a spell. Boros Reckoner is absolutely utility, same as Brash Taunter. Both of them naturally redirect damage. Cartouche of Strength. Evasion because it gives trample. Chain Reaction deals X damage to each creature. Damage board wipe. Chandra. Utility. What does this Chandra do? I would consider this Chandra defense, because she can hit things for damage and possibly kill things. The other Chandra just stacks damage. Chromatic Lantern, ramp. Command Tower, ramp. Actually, Command Tower is lands, which is gonna be different. So, land base. So Command Tower into land base. We have the courts, which all of them I'm considering utility because they grant Monarch, and they do stuff when you have Monarch. So there's land base, Monarch, there's ramp, and we're just going to go through here, going along the list just like this. It's trample, evasion, Elder Gargaroth. Elder Gargaroth does so much. Attacks or blocks. I'm gonna consider it defense because it gains you life and makes bodies. Monarch. Block any number of creatures, that's defense. Monarch. land. This is the process I go through for each of these deck techs. This is just a really cool spell. Fire Song and Sunspeaker makes it so that all your big board wipe, damage-based board wipes heal you. Gideon's Sacrifice, I'm gonna consider that defense, because if damage is coming at you, you can say, oh no, I'm casting this on Jared, even though Jared's tapped. He's gonna take the damage instead, and ideally you'll have Monarch and he'll just get bigger. Give no ground, block creatures, that's defense. Heroic Intervention, defense. There's Jared, we do not move the commander into a folder. Join Shields is defense, because that's when you use this to untap Jared and either protect him from a spell or untap him so that he can protect you. So Kedis, it's utility. He's my pet card. He's going in every deck, every red deck that I own. Kessig Wolfrun, very good. Makes Jared even bigger. Got Ramp. Lightning Bolt is damage. I'll consider that defense because it's pretty small. Same with Lightning Helix, so it's not a board wipe. Mothra, evasion. And I do have a copy of Mothra. Not just Luminous Broodmoth, but Mothra. Thanks to Tyler. Tyler opened up a Mothra, and he actually wanted a Luminous Broodmoth that I opened, so he traded. Pretty sick. Hexproof, I consider that defense. Trample, evasion, land, Monarch, Pariah it's defense. Let's be real. Having damage redirected to your virtually indestructible hunk, it's defense. Creature you control becomes tapped. It's kind of just utility. Utility is going to be a big category, I feel. She's mostly for defense. We have trouble with flyers in these colors, unless we run like angels, like her. Regal Behemoth, real good. Land, not ramp, hold on. Not ramp. Land. You know what I feel like doing to these? I feel like taking utility and ramp, which we actually need to pull that out still. I feel like making this utility and Monarch. So we'll make this utility slash ramp. So we'll have utility ramp and Monarch. So utility ramp. Everything that does not give Monarch goes in there. Those all give Monarch. You give Monarch. You do not. You do not. And you do not. There we go. Now it's more even. So Reliquary Tower, Roar of Challenge. Able to block this creature, do so. That's utility. Rogue's Passage, land base, but it's a pretty essential land for any deck like this, any kind of Voltron deck. Roiling Earthquake, damage. Skyland Despot, Monarch, Slayer's Stronghold, 2/2/0 and Vigilance. That's pretty cool, but that is land based. Utility ramp. Evasion, because this can give it puts a flying counter on Jared, which is really good. Star of Extinction, which is the premium board wipe of this deck. Just 20 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Mwah, so good. So tasty, so delectable. If you have Jared and the Monarchy, this just turns Jared into a 23-23 and wipes the board of anything that's not indestructible. Sun Home is land. Swiftfoot Boots is defense. Swords, defense. 3 visits, ramp. Mentor, utility, Valor Made Real, defense. Okay, so we have it all sorted out now. So what we need to do is figure out what order I'm going to display these in. So I usually do the land base last, so I'm going to put a 6 there. So then we have... Probably want Monarch cards up front, because they are what you're going to be playing in conjunction to Jared the most, because Jared needs the Monarchy to be useful. Otherwise, he's essentially a vanilla 3/3 that lets one of your opponents of your choice draw a card on their end steps. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll probably do ramp second. Utility ramp. So damage board wipes probably next. Evasion after that. And defense 5th. So we'll go Monarch cards, how you're going to ramp into your spells, damage board wipes to make Jared bigger while wiping everything else, evasion to make Jared be able to punch through your opponent's defenses with that big damage, and defense to keep your deck going, and then the lands you're going to be using in this deck. So we have 6 strategies. I have 8 spots for strategies, which means we need to figure out which ones of these are getting 2 spaces. So we have 7, 12. Defense is definitely getting 2 spaces. Okay, so utility ramp and defense. So the 2nd and the 5th. So we're going to go to my template in paint.net and remove these bars. So the 2nd and the 5th are going to be bigger, which makes this nice and symmetrical. So I like using paint.net because it's what I used for years before acquiring Photoshop. And I still don't really know how to use Photoshop, so you could very well do everything that I'm about to do in Photoshop, but I'm used to Paint.net, and I can make it work. So strategies are all lined up, which means we need only pick out backgrounds for each of these. Oop. So Monarch, I think. What's my favorite Monarch card that we have here? I really like that art. We're probably going to go with that. Yeah, I think it's Archon of Coronation. So I'm going to go over to Google. MTG Archon Coronation art. Just bring this over here. And I like to search up the art and then search Google for image. And I like to find the biggest resolution version of the art that I can find. I copy it, I go into here. So this is 3,500 pixels tall. We're going to go ahead and open a new file, paste in the art, resize. We need it to be 3,500 tall, and I have maintain aspect ratio turned on, so it'll make it bigger without changing the ratio. Then I'm going to go into here, highlight the blank space, copy, paste it in here, drag it off so I can drag the frame in, and then put the frame over the Archon. Try to frame it nicely. I like that. So we're going to copy that, paste it into here, go into the corner, and line it up. There we go. So now we have our first frame all ready to go. So then we're going to go to the next folder, which is utility ramp. It's my favorite utility. I'm not going to do Ketis. I love Ketis, but I don't want to overdo. Let's do Ketis. We're going to do Ketis. Emberclaw Familiar. It's one of my favorite cards. He's cute. It'll work. So find a big version. It's not a very good looking version of the art. Well, I can't really find one that's satisfactory, so we are going to go with something different. I think just because Firesong and Sunspeaker are so good. Sunspeaker. So I need their art. That looks good, actually. We're gonna just grab that one. So go ahead and paste that in here. We're gonna crop it and then make it 3500. The only problem is we're only gonna be able to get one of the Minotaurs in there. Maybe. So go here, paste. Yeah, we can only get one of the Minotaurs. Which, I'm gonna go with this one. Which I'm assuming is Sunspeaker. Copy, paste, and place. Oh, I got it perfect. Cool. So that's good. Next up, damage board wipes. I think we gotta go Star of Extinction. So, Star Extinction art. Very good. Very good, very good. That is teeny tiny. What is that art? Oh, Ryusei the Falling Star. What is this? Lord of Extinction. I'm going to look that card up later. If I remember. Well, I mean, this is the best we got, so. Size 3500. And paste that in here. We're going to get the dino. I'm going to go ahead and grab the dinosaur. Take the DNA of the dinosaurs out of the mosquito and the amber. I don't know, it's been years since I've seen Jurassic Park. So we have Star of Extinction in there for board wipes. Evasion. I really like Armadillo Cloak. I think that's really cool art, so that's what we're going to go with. So, Armadillo Cloak art. Not Arter. Yes, there we go. Jolly good. Large. I'm going to try to get a little bit of editing into this video as well, but probably not a lot. This is probably going to be the bulk of the video for today. I would do another deck brewing, but I don't really have any other decks that I feel like brewing right now. I have like 6 decks in the works, and I don't need another one right now. And I've kind of really fallen out of playing Arena, which is why I haven't done that in a while. It was really why I turned this into a variety hour instead of Arena. Like, I'm glad that Tyler enjoys that game so he can play Arena for videos, but it's just not for me. So Bolt Bend. I really like this art. I love the concept of it. It's Ral Zarek facing down Kefnet. It's really cool art. War of the Spark was a cool set. I liked it a lot. So 3500. Oh, I didn't even, you can, oh my god, I love that. Oh, I've never zoomed in on this art before. That's sick. So we're gonna go ahead and grab, I want to get Ralzaric's hand in. I know it sounds weird, but I don't want to cut off his hand. So let me grab that. Good. One more, and then just because I don't want this to get too boring, I'm gonna show a little bit of filling the cards in into this background, and then I'm gonna cut to the end of that, so I'm not gonna show the whole thing, and then I will cut to a little bit of video editing. I'll just show the process of that because I actually don't have the script written yet. But I can show how I do some of the editing. So Sun Home is the last one. Last art for this. So as big as we're gonna get. Kind of sucks, but I don't think I have another deck that runs Sun Home, so this is indicative of Jared in my collection. I did not mean to make it 350. 3,500. There we go. So yeah, we will finish this. Cool. And with that, we are going to cut. And we're back. I got all the titles filled in. And now I'm going to show you how I put in the cards. So I paste them into new layers so that they will layer properly. I wanted this to emulate like flipping the cards off of a deck onto the table. That's why I did the animations that I did in the earlier deck techs. And I could still do those quote-unquote animations. They're really basic and not very complicated, but I just don't have a lot of time. I have classes and work, and it's tough. It's tough keeping everything going, and I wish I could pour more time and energy into this, but all my other responsibilities drain a lot of that energy. And yeah, it feels like I'm making excuses, but I don't know. It's because of this channel that I have switched career paths. I was going into engineering, and I realized I didn't like math very much. And as an engineer, math is like most of your job. So can't really do engineering if I'm A, bad at math, or B, hate math. So I started up this channel with Tyler almost a year ago. We're coming up on an anniversary here. But editing for this channel rather, has been fun, as much as I've been able to do it, because like I said, energy has been kind of low lately, but this is something that I could see myself doing more professionally, obviously with more training and practice. I'm not an incredible editor, I just enjoy it, and I could see myself getting really invested into it. And my college does offer video editing courses, or at least a video editing class in the visual communications area. And there is no video editing degree. It's just visual communications, which video editing falls under that umbrella. So what are we at? We have 7, 10, 15. So there are 19 cards. So we're going to go 3 more. It falls under that umbrella, so visual communications is now the degree I'm working on. That's the path I'm headed in. And it's because of this channel. It's because a year ago, Tyler was like, hey, I've had this idea for starting YouTube for a while now, but I'm having trouble being motivated alone. Do you want to go in on this magic channel with me? And I was like, absolutely. I've wanted to do YouTube for a long time, and after learning some editing, I posted some pretty bad gaming videos on my personal channel, which I believe are still at 0 views, but that's fine. It's not my main project. This is. I'm just kind of rambling now. But I hope you all like it. I hope you all like hearing my thoughts and getting some of my personality as I show off my very rudimentary editing abilities. Oh yeah, as I was saying, there's a video editing class at my college, and there are prerequisite classes that lead into the visual communications degree. And I can do the I have trouble with that word. Prerequisites and the video editing class itself as a part of the degree. But that means doing a prerequisite class this quarter and next quarter. And then I won't be... So this is winter, then there's spring. It's not going to be until the summer quarter that I actually get to the video editing class. Although my advisor, I think, had a different plan for the route that I'm taking, so I don't even know if I'm taking video editing as soon as possible. But it will happen. I will take that class. And I'm going to be learning about graphic design. Well, I'm currently learning about graphic design. I'm going to be learning about photo editing, which I'm starting like the basics of that this quarter. I believe it's graphic design, and I don't know what the other class is called, but the one class is drawing, graphic design, and the other class is photo editing. It's not the name of the class, but it's what we're doing, which is fun. And then we'll be also learning photography, probably filming, like videography would be cool, but that falls under that umbrella. And these are all things that I don't mind learning. They're good skills, and who knows, I could find that I enjoy one or more of them more than video editing. It's just that video editing is what's taking me into that area. Because it's the first thing that I've done outside of class and work that I've been like, oh hey, this kind of rocks. This is all right. Because I get into a rhythm, and I'm in a rhythm right now of just rambling and doing work. Because I was gonna cut most of this out, but I'm just kind of talking as I'm doing it, which is fine. It's more entertaining than just showing you the editing. But this is the kind of thing that I can just get into. Just get in the zone and work for a few hours and make something happen. And hopefully through my college courses and in earning this degree, I can hone some skills and become a more competent video editor as a result. Yeah. So that's the gist of my little spiel, my little rant, my little rambling. And I think now I am actually going to cut so I can put on a video in the background and work on this. And I will be back once I get to the actual like Adobe Premiere video editing part of this video. Cut. Welcome back. We are jumping right into showing off some editing. So here in Premiere, I start off by making some folders. The screen's a little cut off because I'm trying to keep like personal info off of OBS. Here, let me. There we go. So this is not going to be named bin. This is going to be named something else. Rename. There we go. So this is going to be backgrounds. Typically, I'll also have a voice folder, but I don't have any voice files yet. We'll have extras. So there's no sound yet. Let me open. We have a bunch of pre-made assets. So here I'll drop in the end card, the intro. I'll also grab Bensound Moose, which is our outro music. And yeah, so then we go into the deck tech, and I grabbed the image files for all of the backgrounds for each of the strategies that we're using, and I just used Gaussian blur. Oh. Import failure. What's import failure? What is that? We already got that. Why import failure? I know why import failure. No. Save as. There it is. It's a paint.net file. We need it as a PNG. So we delete the original. Okay. So PNG can go in. There we go. And the intro card. So I will start by taking the video intro and dropping it in. That's the same every time. I don't have to review that. We then will fade into the title card. I'll pick music later. So title card. And then I'll change this later once I have audio for the intro and I know where this ends. But in the meantime, let's just drop in the first background. It's too zoomed in, so let's pull it out a bit. Okay, and then let's see. Cards. Cards are going to be sorted the same way as they are here, so I'm going to pull this off screen so I can see. So we have 1 Monarch, 2 Utility Ramp, 3 Damage Board Wipes, 4 Evasion, 5 Defense, and 6 Land Base. Very cool. So I'll then grab the cards, drag and drop them all in to their respective folders, and then oh, that's not what I wanted. No, crap. Get in there, thank you. So I'm gonna drop them all into my folders. I like to keep things nice and organized. Just keeps you from going completely insane while editing. That's also why I put things in alphabetical order, and when I'm writing the script, I'll keep things in alphabetical order. I know I'm terrible. I should probably keep like similar cards together, but this is so much easier. So what I'll do is, like, let's say I mention a card, I will set it to fade in. I'll usually have it so that it starts fading in before I say the card name, so that it's faded in fully by the time I say the card name. So like here's where I'll say Archon of Coronation, or maybe sometime in the middle. I'll either have it finish fading in at the start of the word or at the end of the name. This card fades in, I talk about it, card will fade out, or it will fade into the next card. So that's pretty basic. Let's just, as an example, backgrounds. Let me show you how I do the end card. So the end card. So YouTube has end cards that are 20 seconds long. So I'll just make this duration 20 seconds. Put in Bensound Moose. Shrink it to the same length. And then I'll drop it to like negative 20 decibels so that it's not blowing your ears out. And that's how I do the outro. So I'm not going to play it because you'll hear the music through my microphone. So I don't have headphones on right now. So that's how I do the video editing. And here I'm going to put in like a videoception kind of thing. Just to demonstrate, I don't know, just to have it look cool. And that's going to be about the end of video. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this. This was kind of a new, like, on-the-spot idea that I had. I was like, oh, this might be interesting. Giving people an idea of how we do things. It's not complicated. It's not fancy. Yeah. It's fun, though. I enjoy it. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you have made it this far, thank you. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. It helps us out a lot. And, yeah, y'all have a great day.